we are back with week 4 of Turk Gears in the college football season. Starting off with a text message from our defensive tackle. Let him know what's up right there. Moving into week 4, we also get talked to by our academic advisor. They talk about having one of our first big tests, and they want to know whether or not we're going to study for it or if we feel comfortable. We decide to use a little bit of energy and do some studying. Got to get those grades up for sure. This week features a game against the Texas Tech Red Raiders, 2-1 Arizona State versus 3-0 Texas Tech. But we got to get some training done first. So Turk decides to hop into practice with the scramble technique. He runs around a little bit. He does some scrambling. He finds a couple of his receivers. He avoids some sacks. Concerning things with this practice, Turk found out, is the play call selection does not get his receivers into the end zone. So it's hard for him to score enough points to get a badge and earn that coach's trust, which is so important. So now that the practicing is done, the studying is done, it is time to go hop in and take on the Texas Tech Red Raiders, 3-0 versus the 2-0 Arizona State Sundevils. Arizona State jumps out to the first lead. Texas Tech comes back. It is a back-and-forth battle as Arizona gets the lead again, but then Texas Tech regains the lead before halftime. Going into the third quarter, we're going to see what we've seen pretty much all year long. Texas Tech has a good offense. Arizona State does not come out of the gates in the second half, and Arizona State loses the game. Turk Gears is now 2-2, although he has not seen any playing time, so the team is 2-2. But there's some improvement to be done. For this bye week, Turk decides to try his hand at target practice passing. And overall, Turk struggles. Although he's able to connect with his receivers, he struggles to find the targets, trying to figure out what the coaches are looking for, how to throw that ball to still hit targets and hit his receivers at the same time. Turk finds that college football is much more difficult than high school football was. But it is too little too late, and hardly any points are scored. No coach's trust this week. Seems like a little bit of a letdown as it is a bye week. Great time to try to pick up some coach's trust, but just could not get it done for Turk Gears. He'll have to move on to next week, try to gain some success. Several different things before he's finally successful. In week 6, Turk thought that he did so well week 5 with target passing that he'd up the ante a little bit and move on to target passing with moving targets. Sure, this is going to turn out well. Overall, Turk actually surprises, scoring a bronze badge and coach's trust. It's kind of weird. He couldn't do well in the stationary targets, but the moving targets, he picked it up. He found some success. Hoping that Turk's practice success rolls onto the field, the Arizona Sundevils take on the Kansas Jayhawks. They're undefeated. They're ranked in the top 10. They pad to that in the third quarter with another one, but their second half woes continue. Scoreless in the fourth quarter, and they barely squeak one out against Kansas, 21-19. That being said, Kansas, a top 10 ranked team, there's a lot of excitement going on. Now, as we see the Sun Devils jump out to an early lead, they score 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. And the next week, Turk is contacted by his offensive coordinator, and it's quiz time. It's time to see whether or not Turk has been learning from the playbook, whether or not he is ready to be on a college field. And, as it turns out, he does halfway all right. As Turk was so successful the week before, he tries to up the ante a little bit with target passing, sudden death version. And what this means is, as soon as you miss a target, the practice is over. He felt good getting the bronze medal the week before. He thought he would give it a shot and see what happens. But from the champagne highs of victory come the clutches of defeat as he misses the target his first throw and practice is over. Is that a bad sign coming up for this next game? It may be, because Arizona State has another challenge ahead of them, this time with the number 4 Utah Utes. Top 10 ranked team the week before, now a top 5 ranked team in the Utah Utes. Utah would come out swinging, putting up 17 unanswered points at halftime, and things did not get much better in the second half. They continued piling on the points. Though Arizona State finally found the end zone in the second half, it was not enough, only scoring 20 points to Utah's 41. Bit of a massacre out there as Arizona State falls to 3-3 on the season. What is in store for Turk moving on throughout Season 1? Will he see the playing field, or will he have to wait until year 2 or 3 before he sees some action? He's still quarterback number 3, still 68 overall. The team is struggling, though. There could be opportunities on the horizon.